Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply, and this video is to bring you a closer look at the DCI number 3468X US26D. This is an automatic door holder, and the 3468 is part of a family of 4 total door-mounted automatic door holders from DCI. They have a 3470. No, well, we'll get to it. They have another part number that is a wall-mounted, but this is the 3468, made of cast brass and a 26D finish. It'd be appropriate to call this all 626. There's a little bit of steel on this item, not much. These 2 rivets that hold that closed cell neoprene rubber bumper, those are steel. The spring back here is steel as well, but I don't think much else here really is. Okay, I've had a client order a couple of these and need something for a pool application, and I'm not aware of an automatic door holder made of complete non-ferrous base material. So, you know, a little bit of steel is in here, not a whole lot. So what happens is the principle, and here's really the important part of all of this, I suppose, is the strike. And it's the strike that separates the 4 sister products from each other. There is a link below this video to the document called Product Information that will allow you to review the family of those products. It was the 3487 I was thinking of. Anyway, back to you can see from the table of 4 items that are there, the only thing that changes between the 4 is the door to floor clearance, or the height of this strike, really. So this strike height is going to be compatible with your clearances from 9/16 to 1 1/16. So when the door comes to close, that roller is going to hit the tip of that strike. It's got to really hit in some relationship right about here. That roller is going to compress via that spring. It's going to end up locking in place just like this. You'll be making contact. And then that clearance is going to be the dimensions from the bottom of here to the floor, obviously. That's your 9/16 to 1 1/16. So it's really the amount of play that's going to be here. Let's take a closer look at that. Now, taking a closer look at that, you know, the difference between the 67, 68, 69, and 70 is the height of the strike. But the height of the strike doesn't really change the interaction of the strike to the holder, because the tip of the strike must always be just marginally, you know, below the casing of the unit. So this relationship is never going to change. You're not going to ever have this much engagement of the strike because it's just inside too great. So what they're saying is it's a confluence of the undercut of the door to floor clearance is going to be a confluence of that space below the unit itself that is still door, okay? So that this is never hanging below the door naturally, that this is substantially installed above the bottom of the door. My palm here is the bottom of the door. And then having a firm surface here onto which will make contact with the rubber bumper. So the relationship is always going to be the tip of the strike to here. It's never going to be really any different than that. It's going to go from here to here. Okay, so you simply select that. Now, can you make this work on other undercuts? Well, I suppose you can if you severely reposition this. If you hang it off the bottom of the door, you can. But the relationship between strike height is related to where on the door you're going to position it, how much room is below the bottom of this to the bottom of the door, and then as a result of the bottom of the door to the floor, all of that is going to define a specific strike height so that you still make good contact as a stop, because it's a door holder, but it obviously has to stop the door as well. Okay. Now, let's take dimensional properties of everything. And if I were to make a single suggestion, overall width is about 3 1/16. Overall height, about 3 1/2. Overall projection, about 1 7/8. A suggestion I might make is I'd like to see, rather than 2 slotted holes on either side, I'd like 1 fixed hole on either side, so that I could install my screws in my slotted holes, make my adjustments. Then when I know I have my perfect alignment, I would then secure with the solid screws. That would be how I would like to see it done. I really, and I can tell you that there are other people who make these, which is a different video. But what I'm trying to say is I'm not sure of why I might need vertical adjustment over the life of the door. Sure, that top hinge can wear and the door can sag a little bit, but I don't think that's going to result in me needing to reposition the hardware on the door over the long term. So I might like to have 2 fixed holes somewhere around here. The strike dimensions, let's go over that. Overall width, about 4 inch. Overall depth, about 2 3/16, with an overall height of about 1 11/16. Now they say, let's get to the description because that will lead us into the next thing. Easy operation with a push and pull on the door to open and release. Let's stop there. This is best for commercial installations. I've installed these. They work flawlessly. They work robustly, securely, predictably, reliably. They're also not quiet. The amount of clanking that you hear is certainly noticeable on that, okay? It will securely keep your door open, but in a residential application, it would not probably be the best choice because of just simply the sound that it makes. Commercial applications, obviously, this is great because it is so heavy duty. However, it would be, of course, expressly prohibited from being used on fire-rated doors completely. Not you would not find a device like this listed or labeled. Fire doors have to be self-closing under all means of activation, which does not include a human manually pulling it off the stop for the door to close. So you would not use this on a fire-rated door. Durable die-cast brass construction. That is indeed the case with not only the housing of the holder, but the strike as well. Heavy traffic areas. The holder is mounted on the door and the strike on the floor, designed to accommodate a wide range of door-to-floor clearances, supplied with a universal screw pack for all types of applications. So, for the strike, you're going to get 3 of these coarse wood thread screws, and then 3 of those machine screws. Forgive me. This is the door portion. You're going to get 4 of each. Okay. Wood door or metal door. If it's a metal door, you want it to be drilled and tapped, obviously first properly reinforced. Now with the floor strike, you're going to get 3 wood screws, but you're going to get 3 machine screws with lead anchors as well. Now a lead anchor is the way to go if it is a masonry installation. You have your wood screws here, and if that's what you're dealing with, then fine. But the lead anchor here is going to be... And the way that lead anchors work is that you drill a hole. The outside diameter of this lead anchor is 0.5, it's not perfectly round, but it's 0.495. You're going to drill a 1/2 inch hole, and what you do is you get this with this conical shape pointed towards the bottom. You'll get that set into the hole. There are setting tools that are made to put these in. It's a round cylindrical piece of steel with a nipple that fits down into this hole that will allow you to set it down if you need that. When you put that through the strike, okay, and you start to draw that anchor up, what you're doing is you are pulling the conical shape up into its housing, and it then flares out. You don't want any hole at all any larger than necessary because there's not a tremendous amount of flare out that's going to occur, and it probably would be 1/8 of an inch at the very most. So yeah, the hole's got to be tight. The anchor's got to go in. It's lead, so it'll be quite soft. But it is an amazing way to anchor something. If you've ever used lead anchors, you need a stick of dynamite to get it out once you've got it anchored in. So that'd be the great way to do it. You're going to position your strike, mark your holes, drill your holes, secure your hardware down. It's an easy installation, and it works really well. Now that table also tells us about the finishes. US 3 polished brass, US 4 satin brass, US 10 satin bronze, US 10B oil rub bronze, US 26D satin chrome. Now finally, there is a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the DCI products that we sell, but also a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog. Any questions on the DCI number 3468X and a 26D finish or any other DCI product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you.